Music Access. There's a Korean saying that goes like this: hung on the ears, they're earrings. Hung on the nose, it's a nose ring. What do you think it means? There are actually two meanings to this saying. One is that there is no set rule, so things can change depending on the circumstance or how you explain the situation. The other meaning is depending on the way you see it. So depending on how someone sees a situation, it can change this way or the other. If someone sees a certain situation in an honest way, it can lead to something good. But if someone sees a certain situation with an ulterior motive, it could lead to disastrous results. So, everything is up to us in the end. And which perspective would you choose? The first song you heard today was Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars. Hello, Music Access family. It's me, Music Access DJ RP's Moon Kim. And this is the last Saturday I'll be spending with you guys. So it's a somewhat sad, but also happy Saturday since I will get to look back on all the memories I've shared with you these past few months, right? So what do you choose? Do you choose to be sad or do you choose to be happy? Of course, the latter, right? I choose to be happy. Just like any other day, I'll be giving you guys the info on our weekend programs in a light and happy mood. Here's a quick look at our weekend corners. For our Saturday show, it's time to tell us all about the text messages and SNS posts and messages that are meaningful to you. It's a corner for you to brag about your online and mobile social life through My Text and Message, and that's during the first and second hour on Saturdays. Sundays are for us to wrap up the week by looking back at what happened by writing down our thoughts as though we would write in our journals or diary. A letter to a friend or family member is also welcome. We'll be back with Scribble Scribble tomorrow. And here's how you can listen and participate. If you use a computer, just visit www.arirangradio.com and you can listen and watch the program that is on air live. All you need to do is click on the banner that says Music Access, and that will take you to our homepage where you can leave your messages, song requests, and participate on our weekly corners on our message board. Also, you can listen through Arirang Jeju FM, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju-do Island. The frequencies are 88.7 MHz from Jeju City, 88.1 MHz from Seogwipo City, and 101.9 MHz from Daejeong area. And if you listen to us through a smartphone application in DMB, Ustream, TuneIn, etc., all you need to do is download Arirang Radio and you can use our services there. And you all have been sending in some great song requests, so keep them coming by posting a message on our message board under the title Request. Alright, let's listen to two songs before we come back with My Text and Message. X's and O's by L. King and Stay With Me by Sam Smith. Reading your messages again and again. Reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me. My Text and Message. Our special corner and corner for Saturdays, My Text and Message, is all about sharing the social media or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you really happy or angry, or something that made you laugh out loud, or a message that made you really frustrated. And let us know which message was the most memorable. Also, share with us some of the messages that you keep saved in your mobile device and why. Just write My Text on your message. Alright, first message is from Jenny Land and Song from Malaysia. Hi Moon, I didn't participate in this corner that much because I don't really have a message or text that I keep saved in my phone. But recently I do have one. It's from a friend of mine where you helped me shout out for his graduation. I see. He goes like this. Just heard the message. LOL. Don't be so hard on yourself. But I really appreciate the shout out. I guess your message really gave an impact on him. And I feel so touched when you said, Don't mess around with Jenny. She's a music access family. Yes, I do remember saying that, Jenny. I feel like I have an oppa from Arirang Radio which looks after me. Well, you got me, Jenny. When I'm actually older than you. I see, Jenny. Well, that's all right. We look out for each other, right? It doesn't have to be an age thing. We just look out. I got your back. You got mine, right? Got your back. I feel protected by Moon and Music Access. Double thumbs up. 감동이에요. Thank you so much for giving a shout out. He's a good friend, so he won't mess around with me. Have a great day, Oppa. 화이팅! Have a great day to Music Access family, members, and staff. You guys are the best. Yes, they are the best, and you are the best, Jenny Landon song. And I'm glad that your friend appreciated the shout out. And yes, you have someone that looks after you, all right? Even though it's from far away, I care about you, all right? And I wish that nobody messes with you. Because if someone messes with you, they're messing with us, the Music Access family, right? So don't mess with Jenny and don't mess with any of Music Access family. All right, Jenny, thank you very much for your message. And we're going to listen to 2 songs before moving on. 15 by Taylor Swift, requested by Kayo from Japan. And Gone, Gone, Gone by Philip Phillips, requested by Taeko from Japan. You just listened to 15 by Taylor Swift, requested by Kayo from Japan, and Gone, Gone, Gone by Philip Phillips, requested by Taeko from Japan. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Moon of RP. And next message is also from Taeko from Japan. Earthquakes occur frequently in Japan. Normally, it is not such a big one, and we are used to it, and as it occurs so often. But we get a big one. And on 2011, we had a big earthquake in Tohoku area. And at that time, I received many messages from friends all over the world, including Korean friends. They texted me a message if me and my family was okay, and I really appreciated it. My memorable text message is from my Korean friend. I have a Korean friend. She was a colleague from my previous company. As she lives in Seoul and I live in Tokyo, we cannot meet so often, but we keep contact via SNS. When she visits Japan for business trips, we always hang out and have dinner and talk. When I visit Korea for sightseeing or for RP concerts on last April, we met and we went out. Even though we cannot meet so often, she always texts me when earthquakes occur in Japan. We had earthquakes in Kyushu area last month. She sent a message to me also. Again, I really appreciate that, and I'm happy that I have such a good friend in Korea. That's a really, really good friend that you have, Taeko. And it's great that you have someone that cares about you, right? I think it's a great feeling. Of course, family always cares about you, but to have a friend that really cares about you when stuff like that happens, I think you're a very lucky girl, Taeko. I think that's very lucky, and I think a friend that you could share the hard times with, the sadness and hard times with, is a good friend, right? And I feel like that friend that you have in Seoul, the Korean friend, I feel like that friend is a good friend of yours, and you should you should cherish her, all right, and keep her close, all right. And you know that she's being a good friend. So if you have a friend that's going through like a hard time like that, Taeko, you should definitely show that you care as well. So you could be a good friend to that friend as well, right? All right, Taeko. Well, Japan, it has a lot of earthquakes, and I'm very sorry that you have to go through that. And I'm very sorry for the recent earthquake when a lot of people suffered. And I just show my condolences to all the losses, and I hope that it doesn't occur that often anymore, but it's something that we can't control, right? But when it occurs, be careful, Taeko, okay? Be careful, be safe, and I hope all the best for you and for your friend. All right, thank you very much for your message, and we're going to listen to 2 songs before moving on. 7 Things by Miley Cyrus, requested by Jenny from Malaysia, and Love Yourself by Justin Bieber, requested by Emmy from Japan. You just listened to 7 Things by Miley Cyrus, requested by Jenny from Malaysia, and Love Yourself by Justin Bieber, requested by Emmy from Japan. And here's our next text message from Yani Ekadevi from Indonesia. Hi, Moon and Music Access family. How you guys doing? Hope you all have a great weekend. Today, I will tell you one funny story. One day, me and my friends wanted to cheer up my other friend who will perform at some competition. On the way to the event, I texted one of my friends, Dito, to ask about the exact location and who's already there. So I said, I'm on my way. Can you tell me where you guys will be at? Dito didn't answer. I arrived at the venue. Since he didn't answer my text, so I went to the restaurant while waiting. I texted again. Dito, where are you? Where are you guys at? Where's Ice? One of my friends. Has she arrived? And Dito says, Ice sleeping. What? Are you kidding? Haha, I'm not kidding. She's sleeping. After that, I met all my friends and we watched my friend's performance. After the performance ended, we had to go back to work and we promised to meet up again for dinner around 5 p.m. So I texted Ditto again. Dito, do you want us to meet us in XXSSS restaurant? Me, Ron, and Ima on the way to the radio. We meet up there, okay? Dito didn't answer again. Hashtag sigh. In short story, we had dinner with full team including Dito. Dito, on the way home, I got text from Dito. Sorry I couldn't attend the dinner with you guys, I said. What? I was confused. What did they mean? He did come to the dinner, but why did he text me like that? I checked my message again and oh my god, you know what? All the text that should be sent to Dito, my friend, was actually sent to Dito, my cousin. I see, there was two Ditos. The real Dito never got my messages. Ha 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 ha. Pabo me, I did not even realize. My cousin keep replying just to tease me. Why you so mean, cousin? Well, that's my embarrassment text message story. That's funny. That's weird. Hope you got entertained, Moon. Have a funny day. Annyeong, hugs. That was an interesting story, and I'm glad that it wasn't something serious, right? If it was like something super important and you sent it to someone else, that would have been disastrous, right? That's why on your mobile device you gotta save the names like in detail. For me, like I don't do that as well. I just like save names by like the full names. And sometimes there are two names and I just kind of like tell by the number, I guess. But that's kind of dangerous because when you text them, you might end up texting the wrong person, right? And good thing is like on the messaging applications, they have like their profile picture and everything, so you can make sure. But like the texts, it's hard to tell because it's just name, right? So you got to be careful. And I think that's a funny episode. The whole day you were texting your cousin, but you thought you were texting your friend, right? That is a funny story. Well, thank you for sharing that, Yanni. And we're going to listen to two songs before moving on. 좋아 by 박재범, requested by Tina from USA, and 나이고 싶어 by Jessie, requested by Nana from Japan. The two songs you just heard were 좋아 by 박재범, requested by Tina from USA, and 나이고 싶어 by Jessie, requested by Nana from Japan. Alright, we're going to listen to two more songs before moving on. See What I See by Royal Pirates, requested by Ku from Malaysia, and 한 발짝 두 발짝 by Oh My Girl, requested by Anna from Japan. Alright, that was See What I See by Royal Pirates, requested by Ku from Malaysia, and 한 발짝 두 발짝 by Oh My Girl, requested by Anna from Japan. And it's already the end of the first hour, and right after a short break, we'll continue on with our Saturday corner, My Text and Message. And since we had a lot of text being sent in, we have one more text to share with you guys. And in the second hour, it's going to be the text and the messages sent in by you guys. So stay tuned, okay? And we're going to listen to You and I by Sergio Mendes, requested by Sanyar from China. And I'll be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, your DJ, RP's Moon Kim. And the first song starting off the second hour for the show Saturday, May 14th was Elastic Heart by Sia. And here's how you can listen and participate. If you use a computer, just visit www.arirangradio.com and you can listen and watch the program that is on air live. All you need to do is click on the banner that says Music Access, and that will take you to our homepage where you can leave your messages, song requests, and participate on our weekly corners on our message board. Also, you can listen through Arirang Jeju FM, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju-do Island. The frequencies are 88.7 MHz from Jeju City, 88.1 MHz for Seogwipo City, and 101.9 MHz from Daejeong area. And if you listen to us through a smartphone application in DMB, Ustream, TuneIn, etc., all you need to do is download Arirang Radio and you can use our services there. All right, we'll listen to 2 songs before we come back with more messages. All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor and Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. You just listened to All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor and Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. And my name is Moon Kim of Royal Pirates, your host for Music Access. And you're listening to our Saturday corner, My Text and Message. Continuing on from the first hour, we'll be introducing your texts and messages sent in to us here in Music Access, and we'll also listen to your song requests as well. All right, next My Text message is from, and this message is from someone who is a loyal listener for Music Access. Eva from Poland sent us this message on May 4th, but we weren't able to get to it during the week. So I'm gonna read it today, although it's a little late. I'm sorry I wasn't able to read it on the day you sent it, Eva. I know that Eva sent a lot of messages in for MMWV on dating advice, and I wonder if our advice helped her at all, right? And if you're listening right now, and you can give us an update on what's going on, so please do. Okay, here's Eva's message. Eva from Poland. Because there wasn't anything for the corner last week, and you were sad, and I have something that I could do, I decided to write it down. As an intro, I have this one friend I know for over 7 years already. We do not contact each other too frequently, but once it happens, it starts really randomly. So on 3rd May, given we last wrote with each other at the beginning of this year, he sent me a message with a link to some funny video and commented the smiley LOL face. The video cracked me up with its weirdness, and this is how our convo went after, starting with my comment. Hashtag, enough internets for today. And he said, are you having fasting day that you limit your daily internet doses? I said, no, but after something like this, one should take a moment for brain detox. And then he said, right, then you should rest. Then I said, may the 4th be with you. Well, I'm sure Eva didn't say it like that, but I'm just making it like that. And at this moment, I've lost him since he has no clue about Star Wars. I had to explain the concept to him, sad face. Eva, I did that the exact same thing. I was like, May the 4th, May the 4th. It's like I wore the Star Wars shirt, and like everyone's like, why is it Star Wars Day and why is it May 4th? And I was like, with everybody, I had to start this like, okay, so there's a thing, Force in the galaxy in Star Wars world, and then it's May 4th, and they say May the Force be with you, and you know how 4th and Force sounds kind of like, so we say May the 4th be with you, like the May the Force be with you in Star Wars, because it sounds like the day, and we call it the Star Wars Day. I had to do that with like 5 different people that day. Anyways, I know not funny, but then for me it was. His jumping out of the blue with weird things always cracks me up. There are so many funny videos online nowadays, like I love it. You can, the recent funny video that I watched that I want to share with you guys, I think on the Y website, you can search mate versus mate. It's like 2 British friends, I think they're roommates, they just prank each other like bad. These pranks are crazy though. It's like, oh my god, like one might be taking a shower in the gym, and then the other mate like steals his clothes. So outside he would like chase him naked. So that's weak. And they do these like, you guys know the movie Jackass, right? They would do stuff like Jackass level to each other, and they're just friends, and it just goes way over the line, and it's like weird. It's like so mean and so way over the line, but all hilarious at the same time. So I kind of recommend you guys watching it. That video is funny. All right, Eva, thank you very much for your message, and we're gonna listen to 2 songs before moving on. Coffee by 방탄소년단, requested by Gia from Malaysia, and 노래가 들었어 by Ailey. You just listened to Coffee by 방탄소년단, requested by Gia from Malaysia, and 노래가 들었어 by Ailey. All right, moving on to messages now. We have a message from Gracelyn from Singapore. Hi, Moonlin Oppa. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. How are you doing, Gracelyn? I hope you're doing good. Anyways, I've been watching the show 우리 동네 예체능 recently. And guess what? I saw RP's manager competing in the judo series in one of the episodes. I was totally surprised when the show was introducing your manager and your music video came up. Haha. Even though he lost in the end, he did a great job. Hehehe. Hope you have a beautiful day ahead. Sending infinite virtual hugs. Sending you infinite times infinite virtual hugs to you, Gracelyn. And yeah, I know that our manager went on there, and we gotta appreciate the fact that these people are working so hard for us. Even they're doing judoing, just to promote us. And I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate the fact that he's, just doing everything he can to promote us. And but I think he, like, when he put us on like the dream, all these sports programs, we're not really athletic, so we were like, hey, we're not athletic at all. Why are you putting us on this show? But I think it's just to, I guess, show face and just to get our face out there on TV. But yeah, I always tell him, like, we're not athletic, man. You should stop putting us on these sports shows. But I think I guess he's athletic, right? He has that judo body, right? He's got that, but I think he developed the judo body. He used to be like skinny, but nowadays I don't know what happened. He goes out too much, not dieting, so he kind of developed that judo body. But I think he should, really take it easy and start working out and just be healthy. He's working too hard for us, which I appreciate, but he should definitely have that time for his own as well, I think. But I appreciate it. Thank you, our managers. All right, we're going to listen to 2 songs before moving on. Remember Me by Roy Kim, requested by Moonlight from Korea, and 나의 옛날 이야기 by IU. You just listened to Remember Me by Roy Kim, requested by Moonlight from Korea, and 나의 옛날 이야기 by IU. Alright, and we're gonna read a message from Macy from Hong Kong. Macy says, "Hello Moon, couldn't tune in to listen to the part when you were reading my MAF yesterday, but thanks for reading my grandma long story, LOL. I was hiking up the mountain and gosh, I really need to start working out. I got dizzy and started puffing halfway up, LOL. It was fun and managed to tune in to the second half, and you guys got me cracking up like an idiot in the subway. Good job, and thanks Pininim for bringing RP over. Gotta start the next few days catching up with friends before I'm off to my second 2-week vacation. Oh, something coming up on 13th, but don't expect too much. Till then, take care, my Moon Dongsang." Thank you very much, Macy, for your message, and I'm glad you liked the RP special on Music Access. And the thing about... Oh, wait, I was going to talk about something, but I totally forgot. Oh, yeah. You're hiking up the mountain, right? And I was just going to say, that's what winter does to you, right? You get so out of shape. I got super out of shape. I worked out like hard before the Runaway promotion, right? And I got in shape. I was feeling good. And while we're promoting Runaway, the thing about the music programs that you go on, that you have to go there early in the morning and you have to stay there, and you just stand by the whole time, and all you can do is just eat, right? So I was just there, we were eating, and the next thing I knew, I was so out of shape because there was no time to work out. We just ate, I was so out of shape. And recently I started working out again, and gosh, the best thing to do is just maintaining your shape, right? For me, I go in and out so much, so I gotta learn how to maintain it more, I think. But I have that body where it just goes, in and out of shape too easily. I don't know why. See, yeah, get your hiking done. I think you're gonna get in shape in no time. And welcome to Music Access family. I read it, but I'm sorry that you missed it. But you know that you're in, right? All right, welcome. And we're gonna listen to 2 songs before moving on with more. Rise and Fall by Solutions, requested by Sunwoo from Korea, and 답이 없었어 by 홍대광. Rise and Fall by Solutions, requested by Sunwoo from Korea, and 답이 없었어 by 홍대광 were the songs you just listened to. And you're listening to Music Access with me, Moon of RP, and next message is from Vivian Elvie from Germany. Hello everyone, somehow these days I'm thinking a lot about my life back in school, and it might be because I'm very much a different person now, and knowing that is possible might make someone else feel better. I was shy and quiet, and I admit, pretty awkward. I got bullied in all kinds of ways for all kinds of reasons. Oh no. They loudly sang awful songs about me, or the popular guys made an unfunny game out of fake flirting with me. Years of this kind of abuse made me lose all confidence in myself. Oh no, Vivian, I'm sorry to hear that. But it also taught me to value people for their true beauty. I'm thinking about their kindness, a wider perspective on life,
and the special talents everyone has. I found my own talent and focused on them to transform them into skills. On the way, I stumbled across my lost confidence, and it had simply been waiting for me. It never disappeared. I hope for anyone who can relate to this that they end up or will end up will be the same conclusion. Wow, Vivian, that's a great message from you. I have nothing to comment on that. All I can say is I'm sorry that happened to you, and I'm very glad that you got your confidence back. And anybody out there listening that you have the similar problem that with confidence, or someone's bullying you and you have a low self-esteem, this is a good message for you. All right, it's there. The confidence in your self-esteem is there. All you got to do is reach in and find it. Reach in and grab it. All right. And it's not your fault that people bullied you, that people bothered you. Nothing is your fault, all right? There's nothing wrong with you. You're great. And just get your confidence and self-esteem back. It's down there, all right? All right, Vivian, thank you for that great message. And we're going to listen to 2 songs before moving on. If I Were a Boy by Beyonce, requested by Unita from Indonesia. And Hymn for the Weekend by Coldplay, requested by Christy from the Philippines. All right, I hope you guys will send a lot more messages for the Weekend Corners on Music Access with your new host, G Soul, starting next week. Send a lot of messages, make you feel welcomed, all right? And it's already time to say goodbye, and tomorrow will be our real last day together. Although it's sad, let's all put a smile on our faces and have fun for the last 2 hours that we'll be spending together, okay? And I'll be here early and waiting for all of you, so make sure to stay tuned in. And the last song for today is One by Mary J. Blige featuring U2, requested by Yayoi from Japan. And I'll be back tomorrow, so have a fantastic rest of the day. Annyeong!